Hello. Welcome to That's What Cats Said. Every day, we put food in our cat's bowl. Sometimes, it's the same food we enjoy ourselves. We think, if it's good for me, it must be good for my cat, right? Well, not always. Cats love fish. A saucer of milk is the perfect treat for a kitten. A little piece of cooked meat can't hurt. These are things we've all heard. Maybe we've even done them ourselves because they sound so reasonable. But here's the thing. Some of these harmless treats can actually be dangerous. Sometimes, the danger isn't immediate. You might not see any symptoms right away. But over time, it can seriously harm your cat's health. We all want our cats to live long, healthy, and happy lives. Part of that means knowing what not to put in their bowls. Even if they beg. Even if they seem to love it. So today, we're diving into the truth about foods that could be putting your cat at risk. We'll also talk about safe, healthy alternatives you can give instead. To make it clear, we'll break it down into 4 categories: proteins, dairy, produce, and other foods. Some of these might be foods you've been giving your cat for years, without realizing the danger. But before we start, here's a quick question for you. Which of these foods do you think is dangerous for cats? Cooked turkey, plain yogurt, or avocado? Confused? Don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll have the answer. Alright, let's begin with the first category, proteins. And within proteins, the first food we need to talk about is raw fish. Cats are famous for loving fish. That's the image we all have, right? But is it always safe? Here's the twist. Not all fish are safe for cats. Raw fish contains thiaminase, an enzyme that destroys vitamin B1. Without vitamin B1, cats may lose their appetite, lose weight, and even have seizures. And don't forget, raw fish can also carry harmful bacteria or parasites. If you want to share fish with your cat, always cook it first. Cooking destroys thiaminase, the enzyme that can harm vitamin B1. It also kills any harmful bacteria or parasites. Make sure the fish is boneless and plain, without any seasoning or sauce. Salmon, cooked tuna, or white fish like cod are great options. Serve only small portions and don't make it a daily treat. Next, let's take a close look at processed and cooked meats. They're tempting to us, but potentially risky for cats. Let's see why these meats can be dangerous and how to share protein safely. Cats are often tempted by our cooked meats: ham, bacon, sausages, or leftover chicken and beef. But just because it's tempting doesn't mean it's safe. Processed and seasoned meats often contain high salt, garlic, onion, spices, preservatives, and excessive fat. These ingredients can harm your cat's kidneys, liver, heart, and digestive system. Eating salty or seasoned meat can cause dehydration, kidney strain, vomiting, diarrhea, and even heart problems. Garlic and onion are toxic. They can damage red blood cells, leading to anemia. Even plain cooked meat can be risky. Bones can splinter and cause choking or internal injuries. Excess fat may lead to obesity and digestive upset. To safely share protein with your cat, offer plain, cooked, boneless chicken, turkey, or lean beef. Avoid processed, seasoned, or fatty leftovers. Bonus time. Before we finish the protein category, here's one more food you might not expect. Not fish, not meat, but eggs. And believe it or not, raw egg whites can be risky for cats. Raw egg whites contain avidin, a protein that blocks vitamin B7, also known as biotin. Over time, this can cause poor coat quality, skin problems, and even weakness. Raw eggs may also carry salmonella, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and serious digestive upset. But what about the yolk? Egg yolks actually contain useful nutrients, like vitamin A, D, and B vitamins. But they should always be cooked to avoid any bacterial risk. Alright, let's move on to the next category, dairy products. This includes milk, cheese, and yogurt, all of which cats may find tempting, but they are not always safe. We've all seen the classic image, a cat with a saucer of milk. Cute? Yes. Safe for most adult cats? Not really. After weaning, cats produce less lactase, the enzyme that digests lactose. Undigested lactose pulls water into the gut and ferments, causing digestive upset. That can lead to cramping, gas, watery stools, and sometimes vomiting. Repeated episodes can even cause dehydration. Not just milk. Many dairy foods still contain lactose, plus extra fat and sugars that can upset digestion. Cheese may have less lactose, but it's salty and fatty. Too much salt stresses the kidneys, and fat can upset digestion and lead to weight gain. In very small amounts, cheese isn't toxic, but it's best kept as an occasional treat rather than a regular snack. Overall, it's generally safer to avoid it. Plain yogurt is partly fermented, so some cats may digest it a little better than milk. In very small amounts, plain, unsweetened yogurt isn't toxic, but too much can upset digestion, and flavored or sugary types should always be avoided. Remember, yogurt isn't necessary in a cat's diet, so if you offer it, keep it rare and minimal. For a safer treat, try lactose-free cat milk or specially formulated cat yogurt. These products give your cat the creamy taste they love, without the risk of stomach upset or diarrhea. Some even contain added vitamins for extra health benefits. Remember, think teaspoons, not bowls. Just 1 to 2 teaspoons as an occasional treat. If you notice soft stools or vomiting, stop immediately. Human dairy is risky, so the safest choice is lactose-free cat milk in tiny amounts, or simply fresh water. Now, you might be wondering, but what about kittens? Can they drink milk safely? It's true that very young kittens produce more lactase, the enzyme that breaks down lactose. But once they are weaned, their lactase levels drop quickly, and even kittens can develop digestive upset if given cow's milk. For orphaned or very young kittens, the safe choice is Kitten Milk Replacer, often called KMR. It's specially designed to match a mother cat's milk, providing the right balance of protein, fat, and nutrients, without the lactose overload. Next up, let's look at fruits and vegetables. Some may seem harmless, but even a small bite can be dangerous for your cat. Grapes and raisins are extremely dangerous for cats. Even a single grape or raisin can seriously damage their kidneys. Vomiting and lethargy can appear within hours, and kidney damage may happen within 1 to 3 days. We don't fully understand why, but veterinarians have seen many cases of sudden kidney failure. after cats ate them. Avocados contain persin, a toxin that is harmless to humans, and often considered a superfood, but can cause vomiting and diarrhea in cats. The peel and seed contain the most persin, making it impossible to fully remove. The high fat content can also trigger pancreatitis. For these reasons, cats should never be given any part of an avocado. Citrus fruits are too acidic for cats, and they contain essential oils that cats cannot properly metabolize. This can irritate the stomach and even cause liver stress. So oranges, lemons, limes, and grapefruits should be avoided. Allium vegetables, like onions, garlic, chives, and leeks, contain compounds that damage red blood cells in cats. This can cause hemolytic anemia, with symptoms like pale gums, weakness, rapid breathing, or blood in urine. Raw, cooked, or even powdered forms are all dangerous. Avoid any amount for your cat. Tomatoes are mostly safe once fully ripe, but unripe fruits, leaves, and stems contain solanine, which can cause vomiting, loss of appetite, and lethargy. Even though cats rarely eat these, always keep them away from stems and leaves. Even if your cat only nibbles a little, it can still be risky. Raw or undercooked potatoes, especially the skin or sprouts, contain solanine and chaconine. These toxins can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and neurological problems. Fully cooked potatoes are safer, but it's best to avoid giving potatoes to cats altogether. Wild mushrooms are extremely dangerous, and even some store-bought mushrooms can upset a cat's stomach. Certain wild mushrooms contain toxins that affect the liver, kidneys, or nervous system, causing symptoms like drooling, tremors, or seizures. Since it's impossible to know which mushrooms are safe, always prevent your cat from eating any mushroom, whether outdoors or in the garden. But don't worry, not all fruits and vegetables are bad for cats. In fact, some can even be healthy when offered in tiny amounts. Let's look at a few safe options you can share with your cat. Apples and pears can be safe for cats, but you must remove the seeds. Seeds contain cyanogenic compounds, which can release cyanide and are toxic. Only give a tiny piece of the flesh as a treat. These fruits are generally safe for cats and contain antioxidants and water, which can be healthy. But be careful, they have natural sugars. Too much can upset digestion or contribute to weight gain. Cats can safely enjoy a variety of vegetables, each with its own benefits. Carrots are full of beta-carotene and fiber, best served cooked and soft, since raw carrots are often too hard for their teeth. Pumpkin is gentle on the stomach, helping with both constipation and diarrhea, and its soft texture makes it easy to eat. Peas, already used in many cat foods, provide plant-based protein and fiber, and can even help with weight control. Cucumber is low in calories and full of water, making it a refreshing snack. Just peel off the skin and cut into tiny pieces. You might be wondering, as long as I avoid the foods on the danger list, can my cat eat the rest? Here's a quick tip. Fruits and vegetables not on the danger list are generally safe. But remember, cats are obligate carnivores, so fruits and vegetables aren't necessary for their diet. If you do offer them, always remove seeds, stems, and leaves. Give only small portions, about the size of a fingernail, and watch your cat for any signs of stomach upset. Now, let's move on to other foods that can be risky for cats. outside of proteins, dairy, fruits, and vegetables. Even foods that are safe for humans can cause digestive issues, toxicity, or other health problems in cats. In this segment, we'll focus on items like nuts and chocolate, which should be strictly avoided. Nuts may seem harmless, but they are completely forbidden for cats. High in fat and very hard to digest, they can cause serious stomach upset and even pancreatitis. Some nuts, like macadamia, are especially toxic. They can cause weakness, tremors, vomiting, and even hyperthermia. Even a small amount can be harmful, so it's best to avoid giving any nuts to your cat. Chocolate is extremely dangerous for cats. It contains theobromine and caffeine, which cats cannot properly metabolize. Even small amounts can cause vomiting, rapid heart rate, seizures, or even death. Remember, nuts and chocolate are completely forbidden for cats. Even a small taste can be dangerous, so make sure your cat never gets the chance to eat them. For safe alternatives, you can offer cat-friendly treats, like catnip, cat grass, or cat treats such as churu. Now that you know which foods are dangerous and which are safe, it's time for some quick Q&A. We'll answer common questions cat owners have about feeding their feline friends safely. Can cats eat all foods not on the danger list? Safe sometimes, but only in tiny portions. Remember, cats don't need fruits or vegetables in their diet. Is it okay if my cat eats just a little bit? Some foods, like grapes, onions, and chocolate, are dangerous even in tiny amounts. Is raw meat or raw fish safe for cats? There's a risk of parasites and harmful bacteria. Only cooked meat or fish is safe. Can I feed my cat fish every day? Too much fish can cause nutritional imbalance. Feed it only occasionally. Is cat grass necessary? Cat grass is optional, not essential, but it can help with hairballs and reduce stress. Can I give treats during training or playtime? Treats are best given as a reward or on special occasions. Can I give frozen fruits or vegetables as treats? Don't give them straight from the freezer. Too cold can upset your cat's stomach. If you want to offer, thaw to room temperature, and give only a tiny piece. Can cats eat dog food or dog treats? Cats and dogs have different nutritional needs. Dog food is not safe for cats long-term. If my cat accidentally eats something dangerous, is it okay to wait and see? If the food is toxic, monitor your cat immediately. If symptoms like vomiting, drooling, or lethargy appear, go to the vet right away. Can I give human supplements like vitamins, omega-3, or calcium to my cat? Human doses are unsafe for cats. Only cat-specific supplements prescribed by a vet are safe. Can I give my cat peanut butter? Whole peanuts are hard for cats to digest and high in fat, so they can cause stomach upset or pancreatitis. Peanut butter, however, is smooth and easier to digest, so it's generally safe in tiny amounts. Just make sure it does not contain xylitol, and only give it very occasionally. That wraps up our Q&A. I hope this helps you make safer choices for your cat. Now, let's quickly review everything we've learned with a simple recap. Here are some bonus tips for giving treats to your cat. First, timing is key. Only give treats during training, play, or special occasions. Remember, the main food is cat food. Fruits and veggies are just small taste test treats. Always supervise your cat around human food to prevent stealing from counters or tables. Keep portions very small, just 1 or 2 tiny pieces at a time, about the size of a fingernail. Total daily treats should be less than 10% of their diet. Make sure to remove seeds, stems, and leaves, since these parts could be toxic. Safe treat options include catnip, cat grass, kitten milk replacer, or cat-specific milk and yogurt. Finally, introduce new foods slowly and stop immediately if you notice vomiting, diarrhea, or lethargy. Before we finish, let's take a moment to answer the quiz from the beginning of the video. Remember the foods we mentioned? Cooked turkey, plain yogurt, or avocado? The answer is avocado. Even a small amount can cause vomiting or diarrhea, so it's best to avoid it completely. Keep this in mind, your cat will thank you. Speaking of keeping your cat safe, have you ever given your cat any of these foods without realizing they might be risky? Share your story in the comments. And if there's a cat topic you'd like us to cover in the next video, let us know. We'd love to hear your suggestions. If this video was helpful or you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. We'd really appreciate it. See you in the next video.